So here's going to be a quick rundown of my Transformers room. I was trying to make it a short, but there's a little too much to actually go and do that. So first off, I have most of my stuff on these floating acrylic shelves. They're just screwed into the wall. They're like $4 a piece on Amazon. Then I have these really cheap LEDs that come with a controller, and I got a few controllers spaced around the room. I love the way the floating shelves look compared to like the bookshelves. I still like the bookshelves, but I prefer the floating shelves. They are a little bit harder to clean and they get really dusty, and I have not even dusted the Seekers yet, so I don't want to get around to that. That said, though, I'm going to start with where I started this collection in this room, and that was with Omega Supreme. I put him up here. I used to have Legend scale figures around Teletran 1, but I put Omega up here, and then we slide over and I've got my Superion, which is a JJ Jet Commander, one of the best Superions in my opinion. And then we have the Jetfire, Skyfire, whatever you want to call him. It's kind of the corner where I put the bigger Autobots in addition to the Ark. And then this shelf here is all of the Season 1, Generation 1 cast, kind of in order of how they appear in the show. I am thinking about swapping out the Cliffjumper and the Brawn for their Earth mode vehicles, but I do like the Cybertronian modes more. English, please help me. Just like how I have the Origins Jazz and Bumblebee up here. So that's Season 1. Slide down to the shelf here, we have the movie cast, where we have kind of the Hot Rod and Cup crew, and then the Springer and Magnus crew. And then over here we got Wreck-Gar and Skylynx just kind of hiding in the corner. Skylynx kind of transitions into the Season 2 cast. I think I got most of them up here. I may be missing a few of the Legends class guys or the smaller bots. I know I need Beachcomber on the shelf, but I've got the older one, I forget what series he's from, in box, and I'm waiting to get the Legacy version. I think I'm going to put him right here. And then I got just two random bots down here, a Windblade, and then this is a hobbled together version of the Galaxy Upgrade Prime and an Ultra Magnus. Down here, we've got what I consider like the order of the primes, because you got like Alpha Trion, Vector Sigma, Orion, Cybertronian Prime, Earth Prime, Dead Prime, Rodimus. And I like that setup. And then I did something similar with the Decepticons here, and kind of the progression of how I would see Megatron transition to Galvatron. Put Tarn on there because I'd assume that Tarn would take control after Galvatron dies or whatever. Nemesis Prime, because I'd assume Nemesis Prime would go kill Tarn, take leadership, then future Galvatron and Beast Wars Megatron because they're in the future. So I kind of like that transition of like Megatron into what happens later in the line, same with the Primes. And then down here, I've got the Shirticons, Alicons, and Quintessons, and Predaking because the Quintessons gifted Predaking to Galvatron. And then over here, I've got the Insecticons. If you can't tell, I like army building Insecticons and Shirticons. I prefer the Insecticons though, because I just like the idea of a huge horde of them. And with them, I have this dude here whose name keeps slipping my mind. I can't remember who he is. Abominus. There we go. And I put him on the shelf because in my mind, Abominus is more insect monster than anything else, and I didn't really have a good spot to put him anywhere else. He is also a knockoff, so he's a little overscaled, but he's got a lot of die cast on him, and I only paid like $90 for him, so great buy. I found him on AliExpress. Coming down, we have what I call the wave shelf, because we got sound waves and shock waves on here, and all the little mini bots. Down here, we've got just some random pieces of collectible, and then the refractors, Senator Ratbat, and a chair. I don't know what to do with the shelf. Down here, we have a custom I made, or two, and then a bunch of just random miscellaneous Autobots. And Toneline here, because he's one of my first Transformers ever. So that's the shelf that's neat-ish. These are the Legend scale guys that I have. My daughter plays with them, so they stay down here. And then here we have another miscellaneous shelf full of Decepticons. Just kind of things that I think would be like espionage, assassin, or random misc of characters. I don't know most of these characters on here by heart or how they would act, but they're cool looking dudes in my opinion. That's why they're there. The other shelf I have is my Gundam shelf, where we have stuff that looks cool, Zaku's, mostly what you would see in, I want to say, the line continuity of us Transformers. like right before Double O, and then 30-minute missions. And then if we move up, I've got Computron, a semi-custom, mostly just threw white Autobots together on a Prime, Victorion, and a knockoff Defensor who really sucks, but the rig hit kind of helps him. His joints are awful though, don't buy him. Unless you buy like the new knockoff one that's actually higher quality. So those are some of my favorite Autobot combiners. Then we have my Decepticon combiner slash large guy shelf right here. That there's a custom I made. Mega Empress. This is another knockoff. It's Bruticus. I have a Jimbao Bruticus, but he's too big to display. Legacy Menasor, who replaced my Combining Wars Menasor. Triple Changer Shelf. And then we have the Seer Shelf, which has almost all of the secrets that released in the War for Cybertron trilogy. It used to wrap all the way around the room, but then when this shelf came here, I had to make room for Trypticon and Devastator. And then there's a Jimbao oversized KO Devastator. So he stands at just above 50 centimeters, and I got him that size, so he'd be about the same size as Omega. And then here we have my Cyclonus shelf, as I call it, but there's also Scourge and Sweeps on here. But I'm trying to get every version of Cyclonus on here because he is my favorite character. So it's like half full of him. And then up here we've got Dinobots, female Autobots, waiting on Swoop. Really want Swoop up there. As we come down to my computer desk, if we look to the left, I've got the Nemesis Primes and all my Legacy scale figures, which I don't have a ton of them. I got the Seekers first to see if I liked Legacy, and I liked how they scaled with a side swipe next to them. I just can't find anything else that scales with them well or that I want to spend that much money on because Legacy scale figures, in my opinion, are way overpriced for what you're getting. However, they look too inaccurate, so I'm thinking about getting Season 1. But yeah. And then I just got the, posters. Alright, that's the room. Basically, that's everything that's set up. I've got some mint in-box things in the closet, random table laying up here, Pokemon cards. Yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this. Hope it gives you some ideas and inspiration to set up your room. Have a good day. Bye.